All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Justice Society of America, issue number 20 from DC Comics, covered by Alex Ross. We're going to wrap up the Kara Zor-El Powergirl story, and we're going to dive right in. So, Kara Zor-El is back on Earth, but she is not alone. And her friends say, hey, where did you come from, and where were you? Well, it seems that, the GSA of Justice Society Infinity, if I believe, coming from Earth-2. Now, you see two different artists. That's because of Dale Eaglesham here with inker Nathan Massengill is doing, the Earth-1 stuff, and penciler Jerry Ordway and Bob Wiacek is doing the Earth-2 stuff. So it really integrates really nice. And then we see two Powergirls, right? We did the annual, we see the last issue. So Earth-2, heroes followed her back to this Earth. And we're going to have some confusion. So, and she says, Superman? Kal-El, is that you? Jenny? Dad? But you're dead. Mm-hmm. So Superman, so they all know each other. Well, they don't know each other, but they all recognize him. But, some of the heroes are not existing anymore. So he says, is that Sylvester Pemberton? Are they time travelers? No, Courtney, I can sense abnormalities in their internal vibration frequency, like me and Superman. They call themselves Justice Society Infinity. They're from Earth-2. Then why do they have already a Powergirl? That is a good question that we're going to talk about. So Superman says, hey, no, I'm not your Kal-El, but my name is Kal-El. I'm from Earth-22. I'm the last survivor. But, Powergirl, this one from Earth-2 says, no, you're just another pretender. And there's going to be a fight, and Obsidian chimes in. But, of course, Earth-1, is this Earth-1, by the way, or is it Earth-Prime? I don't think it's Earth Prime because Superboy Prime comes from Earth Prime and this is Earth 1. It's sometimes confusing after all of these reboots. Anyway, fighting time. So Cyclone says, hey, why are they doing this? Superman says they're confused, and confusion and miscommunication leads to confrontation. Yeah, that's a good summary. So, So he grabs Powergirl. She says, don't touch me. You're not my cousin. You're not Kal-El. I spent years in space trying to fight him. And then she shows up claiming Kal died saving some other universe. Yeah, that's true. But she was trying to take my place. And the truth is she could have, because my cousin was the only one who could know she was a fake. I don't know, but she even fooled the Huntress. There was an annual that I did. Check it out on my channel. You can find it there. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so. Thank you. Moving on. She says, you were trying to infiltrate us. Why? What do you want? You were going after her, right? Mm-hmm. He says, but then she's pushing the other Powergirl away. And she says, hey, Helena, I didn't mean to hurt you. And she thought they were friends. But then Helena doesn't believe her. And she has a kryptonite ring. And Jay says, they got Powergirl, Alan, grab her. Alan, it's my daughter, Jay. It's really her. And she's, going after them because, it's Starman opened up the portal, probably not intentional. And they are gone. But they've been teleported to Earth-2, but not to where the GSI Infinity are. They are somewhere else, and they're coming to Michael Holt, who is also, Mr. Fairplay. Mr. Terrific, Fairplay guy. So Michael Holt on this universe explains how he, got our Powergirl back to Earth-1. And Jay says, hey, this looks like a miniature cosmic treadmill. And he also says that he made contact with another technology, talking about Starman's uniform. And Starman says, yeah, it was designed by 3 Brainiac 5s. Okay, that already gives me a headache. For what purpose? Well, we might know in the future, but not for now. Anyway, so Jay says, Alan, you need to stay with us here. We're on a parallel world like Superman's, but Jade's still alive here. So what did I do wrong on our Earth? Why did she die? Michael comes in. He says, hey, dude, chill. You need to get your head together, right? But then before he can do anything, Paula comes in. And Paula is still alive on Earth-2 and not on Earth-1 because our Michael Holt lost her. And she says, so Michael says, hey, this is Mr. Terrific. I don't think I ever heard of you. It's nice to meet you. Of course, he doesn't recognize him because of the mask. And what is he going to do? A pleasure, Mr. Holt. So he's, probably in total shock that he sees his wife again. Meanwhile, in the Batcave, Kara Zor-El is being, exposed to kryptonite. He's been interrogated by a very angry Powergirl from Earth-2. And she says, what did your Justice Society want with ours? Why were you trying to be me? And Huntress says, don't get too close, Karen, the kryptonite. She says, I am you. No, you're not. What did you do to the only one who would have exposed you? What did you do to our Superman? Well, she's very upset. So she's closing the box. That's enough for now, Karen. We're not trying to kill her. She's refusing to talk. She could be a traitor or maybe a spy. We agreed to interrogate this doppelganger, but we're not pushing her to the edge of death, not in my father's caves. So Robin comes in and, is trying to side with Helena, but there seems something between them. She doesn't want to be touched by him. I believe they were once upon a time lovers, man and husband, I'm not sure. Unfortunately, we don't know the conclusion of that. Maybe in future issues, don't know. Of course, Powergirl comes in. I want to know where my cousin is. She says he died, saving the universe. If I could take in his place, I would have. I know how alone you feel. She's getting real angry. Stop pretending you're me or try to understand anything about me. After the skies turned red, the only family I've ever had vanished. I searched every planet in the galaxy for him. Both of you lost Batman, Helena. He was torn away from you. What if someone had the answers and wasn't willing to share them? To what lengths would you go to get them? Cool, classic Batman. Kara, they figured out you weren't even me eventually. My Krypton was destroyed, my family was lost, my family's gone, but I never quit fighting, ever. And she says, you think I have? So she's regaining her, strength. And she says, you think you had it hard? You lost Krypton. I lost an entire universe. I only came here because I thought I wanted to go home, but reality won't give me a break. Look at all these cool bat machines, including the Batmobile, right? And she's using her heat vision to melt the lock on the box with the kryptonite ring. But then she is, grabbing Helena and she apologized. She says, I came here because I thought I belonged here. You don't know how hard it is to look at someone you think your best friend and be told them you're not. And she says, please believe me, I didn't mean to invade your life. I only wanted to be part of it again. Helena believes her. He says, but how can you both be real? She says, I don't know. But then she's getting attacked by Brainwave, right? So the rest of the GSI is here. And she says, let's get to the bottom of this. Helena defends her. She says, don't hurt her. And she says, Powergirl says, it's not me. I know that. But she's not here to infiltrate us. And ever since you've been back, you've been full of paranoid pessimism. Then Robin says, and when is the last time you have been? You've been the one keeping your distance, especially for me. I have my reasons and they have nothing to do with this. So this whole storyline is now getting out of the window because I don't know if we are going to see this particular part again. And I'm going to explain, we're going to show you why that's not the case. But this is now all gone. So I'm not sure why we then being exposed to this particular storyline. Unless it's getting explained in future issues. Probably not. So Brainwave says, hey, this is you, Kara. Although they have different memories because of the diversion of time. But it's her. But then the GSA comes in, right? And of course, they decided not to fight and just to talk. So Starman comes in and he says, I once asked my friends here if they had a map to the multiverse. While I was wearing it all along. My ability to increase gravity and even manifest miniature black holes allows me not only travel through time, but to other parallel worlds. So basically we get now a glimpse of what happened in the past and how the multiverse came to be. It started billions of years ago when a rogue guardian named Krona appeared back in time. This is a classic, by the way, and triggered the creation of infinite numbers of parallel universes. So not the 52 that came later. The multiverse expanded, and among the many worlds was Earth-2. But as the parallel worlds was born, so was the dark reflection of the universe, the Anti-Monitor, a being of unending hunger. He rose from the antimatter universe in an attempt to consume reality. In the end, the multiverse collapsed and a single Earth remained. Then most recently, in your time, two parallel beings known as Alexander Luthor and Superboy Prime triggered its rebirth. And as it began to expand again, Earth-2 was reborn along with everyone on it. Yes, it was in a, the story when, maybe I shouldn't explain it all. I'm going to show you, I'm doing probably a review about this particular story with Superboy Prime. And so, yeah. But then, Powergirl says that this isn't my home and you aren't the people I knew. No, Kara, they have their Powergirl. They have their Powergirl. The universe provided it for them. She says, but what about me? I'm coming back to this. What about the universe provided me? And what about Superman? What about my cousin? So Alan and Jay says, hey, he might be still alive since it's, being reborn in, the multiverse. And he says, what do I go from here? You coming with us, Karen. And they're being teleported back to their home, leaving this whole Earth-2, behind. So this whole storyline with Robin and this whatever it is here is stopped. It's done. I like this particular scene, right? I mean, Kara's been devastated that she has lost her home. And of course, her parents, because I see Alan and Jay as the parents of the GSA, is comforting her. And she says, you can let go of our hands now, Karen. We're home. She says, I know. And so a little bit later, she's going to be okay. And Starman basically reveals a little bit of her future. And she's going to be great. She's going to be have a very important role. But then Alan comes to Michael's room. He says, Michael, you're the smartest man I ever known, but you don't believe in gods, but you've seen the power of Gog. You saw him resurrect David. I did. Then do you think it's possible? I can't believe I'm asking this, but do you think Gog could bring back my daughter and your wife? Uh-oh. I'm not sure that's a good idea. It's going to be continued to a certain degree or follow Starman and Just Society and Kingdom Come, Superman 1, Mega 1, and the Kingdom 1. I have those, but that's yeah. Okay, we're going to leave that here, and it's going to lead it to the next issue. So coming back to, this particular scene here. So if I understand this all correctly, Earth-2 was erased by the crisis, and then Superboy Prime and Alexander Luthor re-triggered the whole event because there was only one Earth left after the crisis, Earth-1. And then another Earth-2 and a lot of other planets, not planets, but realities are being created, including Earth-2. And so that creation triggered another Kara Zor-El, another Powergirl, basically meaning that she is still from Earth-2, right? But since the whole recreation created this one, that means there are two Powergirls from Earth-2. But now that she's being teleported back to Earth-1, basically means she is now the Powergirl of our Earth, although she comes from Earth-2. But then, which raises the question, if Earth-2 is being erased, how did she then survive and becoming a part of Earth-1? Is it that so that by recreating one universe, that they pick different superheroes from different universes, and then in Earth-1, including Kara Zor-El. And then when the recreation, the rebirth started, the universe, or whoever did this, created a new Powergirl to fill that void, I guess. Meaning also that Superman of Earth-2, who sacrificed himself, is maybe now still alive because of that recreation. Maybe. I don't have the answers. But, it's interesting, but also confusing, because this whole reality stuff I'm getting a headache. Still, I'm continuing this fantastic series. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think about it. I think it's great. I see you next time. Bye-bye.